Imagine this. A pastor's wife walks into church and the room holds its breath. So slow. She lifted her fan, the gold of her gilly, catching the light, and even her thoughts. Her smile is small. Her foot is measured. No one moved until she said the first word. Then, in a clear voice that does not ask but orders, she said, "You will show me respect." The air changes. Phone stopped. Even the rooster in the yard seemed to hush. People want to laugh, to clap, to obey, but something in her tone makes the room feel like a stage and everyone a player. She is not simply asking, she is demanding respect, and you can feel the tension tightening like a rope around the whole church. Once upon a time, in a lively church, Mama Aduni was the pastor's wife. She wore bright lace and a tall gilly. She liked neat hair, big wrappers, and a velvet fan. She liked people looking at her. She liked being first. She liked when people acted a little different around her. She thought respect was a kind of show. She liked the show. She believed when people did small, careful things, it proved they respected her. But respect that is asked for is not the same respect that is given. 2 weeks later, before the big Sunday, Mama Aduni is busy. She writes notes. She designs cards. She likes things neat. She sits at the church table with a red pen. She wrote her rules. She printed many copies. She makes a small book. Big title, Church Rules, simple and fair. Everyone will see it on the notice board. Everyone will read it. That is her plan. Rule number 1 of Madam Aduni was to arrive 15 minutes early. Rule number 2, bow to the front row. Rule number 3, no humming during prayers. Rule number 4, children must sit still. People read the rules. Some laughed. Some copied the rules in their phone. The choir practiced not humming. The market women practiced being 15 minutes early. The town started to follow. The rule book became a new story in the town. People talk about it at the well, at the bakery, at the barber shop. It felt fun at first. It looked like a plan, but some rules are sharp. Some rules are small traps. The usher started enforcing the rules. They check watches. They mark late people in a small book. One usher said one time to a woman, "Please sign here. You are 15 minutes late." Another rule Madam Aduni gave was no pressing of phone in the church. This was the only rule people were good with in the church. Little by little, the rules make life strict. Some people worry. The pastor, Mr. Samuel, read the book. He frowned. He think about prayer and people, not only order. Mr. Samuel said one day, "I love my order, but I love my people more. We must not punish the poor." One day, the pastor decided to speak to his wife in private. He gently planned a talk. He wanted to keep the church warm. The town kept watching the rule book unfold. After service, the pastor walked home with Mama Aduni. The house was small and quiet. The pastor looked tired. "My love," he said, "I read the rule book you put at the church today." Mama Aduni replied, "Yes, my husband. I thought it would help the church. The church need order." Mr. Samuel said carefully, "Order is good, but I worry. The people must feel careful." Some were punished in the church because they were late. One young woman looked sad today, and I think the room was not hot heart. Mr. Samuel said. Mama Aduni told him why she made rules. She said people forgot manners. She said the church needed structure. She think giving small gifts would teach discipline. She believed discipline shows respect. If we don't teach them to be on time, chaos will come. If we did not make small cost, people would not care, Mama Aduni said. Mr. Samuel insisted, but discipline must not make poor people poor. Rules must protect love, not eat it. We are shepherds, not judges. Mr. Samuel begged her to soften a little bit. He asked her to remove some of the rules. She thinks the rules teaches value. The talk ended with a warm tease hug. He rested his head on her shoulder. He hoped she would understand. As he said, "Please let's take things easy with the church. And please change the rules," Mama Adoni replied. "I will watch, but I will hold the book. I will keep the church right," she said. They hugged, but the both of them knew the book stayed. The next Sunday, the rule book is on the board. A Christ waits nearby, not obvious yet. The town would see a test of rule and hearts. A quiet Sunday morning. Ushers are arranging chairs, and people greeted each other. The church looked peaceful, but behind the peace, something is boiling. Inside the church compound, Mama Titi, an elder woman with grey hair, tied under a scarf, is talking quietly with one of the ushers. She is explaining in a low, gentle voice. "My child is sick. I had to rush her to the hospital this morning. This is why I came late to church today. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to come late." The usher nodded, showing understanding, but suddenly a loud voice caught him. It is the pastor's wife. She walked in, lace gown glittering, gaily standing tall like a crown. She did not ask, she did not greet. She pointed at Mama Titi and said sharply, "You are late. For coming late, you will join the women after service to clean the whole church. Do you hear me?" she said. The whole place fell silent. People stared. Shock filled the air because Mama Titi is not a young woman. She is old enough to be the pastor's wife mother. Yet, she is being shouted at like a child. Mama Titi, eyes turned red with anger. She looked around the church and see that everyone is watching, but no one is talking. She took a deep breath and finally said it loudly. "Enough is enough. Everyone has been quiet in this church, but today I will talk. You, pastor wife, lack respect. You want people to call you mommy, even those that are old enough to give birth to you. You shout, you insult, you demand too much. It is not good. This is the house of God, not your palace." The church gasped. Some covered their mouths, some whispered, some nodded in agreement. For the first time, someone had finally spoken what many think they were too afraid to say. The pastor's wife felt her chest tightening. She wanted to shout back, but the truth has hit her like a heavy stone. She can feel the eyes of the congregation on her, eyes that are tired of her pride. After service, she walked home quietly, face hard, heart troubled. Inside her sitting room, she removed her gilly and sat down. Silence. She replayed the scene in her mind. Mama Titi's voice, the eyes of the church, the shame she felt. Later that afternoon, her husband, the pastor, came home. He found her sitting quietly, lost in thoughts. He seated beside her and spoke gently. "My wife, I have warned you before. This habit of demanding respect, of creating rules that choke people, it does not pay. Today, it has brought you humiliation. Respect is not forced. Respect is earned." Tears filled her eyes. For the first time, she saw the damage of her actions. She whispered, "I did not mean harm. I wanted people to honor me. But now I see I have gone too far," she said. Her husband held her hand. "Then change. Show love, and people will honor you from their hearts, not from fear," he said. The next Sunday, the church members were waiting, curious, whispers around. Will the pastor wife shout again? Will she correct people as usual? Some giggled. But when she entered, something is different. She did not walk with her usual hard face. She smiled gently. For the first time, she greeted people warm before they greeted her. She sits in the front row quietly, without correcting anybody, without demanding control. When the service ended, she stands and called Mama Titi forward. The church held its breath. Then she bowed her head and said, "Mama Titi, I was wrong. Forgive me. Forgive my pride. From today, I want to be your daughter, not your commander." Tears filled Mama Titi's eyes. She stepped forward, embraced her, and the whole church clapped. Some even cried. From that day, The pastor's wife was a changed woman. No more shouting, no more demanding. She showed kindness, and the respect she had always wanted flowed to her naturally, not from fear, but from love. The moral of the story is clear. Respect isn't something you force. True respect is planted by humility, watered by kindness, and harvested through love. This is the end of this story. Please do not forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts about the story. And lastly, do not forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.